3, 2, 1. Alright, Ryan with Touch and Go Adventures. Wanted to just go over my favorite harness. This is the Level Wings Fusion harness. And it's what I fly with all the time. And I always search out things that have extra safety built in. And I have seen this harness in action in numerous ways, and it is a very safe harness as well as very intuitive in the way you fly it. So, of course, right now I'm just in backpack mode, ready to hike up the mountain with the gear inside. And this has a spot to put a GoPro pole, nice front pouch pocket for snacks and whatnot. I really like this side pocket. It's accessible from both in fly mode and in carry mode and harness style. So right now this pocket is got two purposes. One, it's always been known as the baguette pocket. So if you fly in Europe or anything, you know how important having a baguette is on you and having a snack while you're at launch. The other side of this is we typically put our probe in here so that we can access it for avalanche type conditions, either access it from this side or in fly mode again. So it has that pocket there, really big deep pocket in the front right here. It carries quite a bit of extra stuff inside, as well as the small pocket on top to just add a couple little accessories and whatnot as you please. Nice way to cinch and tighten everything down in numerous ways. Put some poles on the side, whatever you want to do as far as that goes. Alright, so now we'll open it on up. Start reversing it. So now we put all the backpack style in, and then it's got a separate compartment here to be able to unzip the actual harness here. So I have right now my belly mount reserve. All was tucked in that part. I can also, if I wasn't flying with my belly mount, this is the detachable airbag, and that can easily be just put in here as well and zipped up in this smaller compartment. I love the way that I have this belly mount mounted with the leg straps. It has the ability, these small loops underneath the attachment point here, that you can basically use the harness to help weight stuff down. A lot of people hook straight to their beaners and do things like that, and I notice when people run you get a lot of this action going on, and that kind of makes me nervous. Even though I've done this a million times and I can't get it to come loose, I still feel like it could be a possibility as I'm running down this slope if it caught the right way. So this anchors it, keeps it all cinched tight, it won't go anywhere. So I like that side with the reserve and the belly mount. The other side with the reserve is that this bridle, I have the long bridle and it routes all the way around to where I have shoulder attachment points. And that's just better to where I can do a nice PLF, parachute landing, tuck and roll fall on a landing by being more upright, hung from the harness here if I was to throw my reserve, rather than being hung by my attachment points at my hips. So if I was attached to points at the hips, the last thing I would need to do before I hit the ground was try to swim out of in front of the lines and get more upright so I could be feet down first and not impacting the tailbone or something and having back problems. So you do have the option, the bridle routes up top, attachment points here, which is how I have that hooked up. This seat, this is a one size fits all harness, and I am being true to that. I have seen this thing fit everything from 90-pound girls to 250-pound dudes that are 6'6", and so it is a very one size fits all in my opinion. And in this bottom part of the seat, if I was a guy with an extra long torso or big deal, you could unzip this right here and it actually lengthens this entire seat portion right here. And the bottoms of the seat, nice hard plastics and whatnot, definitely gives some abrasive stuff if you were sliding in. That's going to give you add a little bit of extra protection, and that's built onto both sides here. Underneath here we have, of course, the attachment points that are going to run for if you were flying your paraglider to have your speed bar. So that goes inside here. You get this attachment point. This actually pops out of the side right here where the Velcro's in at, so it's discreet there. I can pull it out, and now I've got a good bridle, or not a bridle, but a routing for my speed bar. So it's just nice little extra options as far as that goes. The other thing that right now is this back protection that's kind of built into this. So I've got this nice hard plastic board that's inside here, and so I can take this thing out if I wanted to. And what's really cool about it is you got this little plastic board in here, and everybody remembers that we had the actual baguette pocket. So here's your cheese board right here, right? You can pull this whole thing all the way out. Could possibly be used as a snow shovel if you were last resort trying to dig that out. But also you could just set all your cheese up there on the mountain and your meats and have your little charcuterie board basically. So you got your baguette, charcuterie board, all that stuff. So that just slides back in here. So offers good back protection as well as how thick all this stuff is in this padding right here. So super comfortable, adds some protection as far as that goes. And now, last thing are basically the way I have it right here. So I can take this and I can take this little flap and I can fold it all up, and there's actually a spot to tuck it into right here. So now I went and camped up on the mountain and I got my tent and stuff that I need to fly down. I can still have a pretty good room here. I think this is something like 65 liters or something. So it's quite a bit of room here to be able to carry the tent and fly the extra gear down the mountain as I saw fit. Or, of course, when most of the time, and I'm just doing my hike and fly or whatever, and have my wing attached, got all that stuff out, and then it's just zip into low profile mode here. This is the version 3, so it's got a nice side pocket over here as well. Put like your phone or spot device, Garmin, whatever you use there. Nice stash pocket on the side, so if you're speed riding and skiing all day, get your stash bag, just toss that out, right, shove that in there and get your wing out. And the attachment point right here, it's gonna hook my stash bag, so if I'm getting on the chairlift and whatnot, right, it's just all hooked up here. Velcro to be able to attach an instrument. Let's see here. Alright, so airbag. Airbag's pretty cool. It's a detachable airbag. I'm a big fan and a big advocate for these guys. I don't really get why people don't wear these. There's a lot of people that just say, well, I like the way the grass tickles my ass. That's fine if that's you, but for me, I prefer to have this because we are so prone in this position of exposing our spine, and if we hit, that can be really game over for some of us. So this airbag has a pretty cool way of just attaching. It's just got these little small 4 attachment points. So obviously a 30-second, 1 minute here of just trying to put this guy on and you're ready to go. I also will just let you know that I'm an instructor in this sport and students make mistakes, and I have seen this airbag in action. This is a certified airbag, and I certify it as well because it really works. I've seen it for sure save people from having very broken backs or worse. Seen somebody stall the wing from 20 feet up and land straight onto it and it explodes. Bam! Still was good to go, reused again, but it definitely saved somebody a lot of pain. So pretty simple setup there. I don't really notice it when I'm flying or anything. I don't really feel like it creates a ton of extra drag or anything like that. So it's a nice setup as far as that all goes. and offers her lots of protection once she gets flying and fills up with the air. Probably something else I might be missing on this harness. It has tons of cool options as far as everything that goes with it. I know I can still fit my shovel in here, even when I'm carrying all my Avi gear. So if you just feel like things are nice and accessible, that was one of the things that we talked about, was just accessibility from both sides of the harness. So that's it. Level Wings Fusion, touch and go. Woo!
How heavy is it?
It's actually really light. I'd have to look up exactly what it is, but that's one of the things that each version too, they've gotten a little bit lighter on in some of the ways that they've made it. I find it to be extremely comfortable, and I don't think they've really sacrificed comfort for trying to go light. But yeah, I'd have to look up the exact weight, but I do know it is considered a pretty lightweight harness. Any other questions? Alright. Oh yeah, here we go. We're gonna throw out some other little spit some names. We always be using the Rocky Talkies up here in the mountains. Gotta love Rocky Talkies. I fly the Tonefly Ice helmet. Love this multi-sport helmet right here. And then gotta throw it out to Skylark Paragliding. She makes these little small mini concertina bags. She's based in Colorado. Liz is a super cool chick. Go check her stuff out. Get you one of these little concertina bags. I got my 11 in here. See how small this thing fits down to. I love packing it up this way. All right, that's it. Over out.